Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Junk Wax Stories. My name's Jason. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some old hockey cards and see the players and see if I can come up with any stories or interesting tidbits on each guy. Alright, so let's get started here. Start off with, we got David Malley. Long time, played a lot with the New Jersey Devils. He's on the Canadiens for a bit too. I believe he won a cup in 1986. Mostly more of a tough guy than a scorer. So you see that there. Definitely had 249, 250. Low-key grinder, was a member of the 1987 Stanley Cup champions. Oh, that's wrong. But I guess I might be able to take that as a win then. Next one. We got Mo Mantha. This guy we got here is Mo Mantha. Now, this was the second time with the Jets. Very interesting thing with Mo is during the time when the Pittsburgh Penguins were basically tanking for Lemieux. One of the things they did that was highly susceptible was when they traded away former Norris Trophy winner Randy Carlyle to the Winnipeg Jets for future considerations and a first-round draft pick. The future considerations ended up being Mo Mantha. The Pittsburgh Penguins, well, they ended up going on to be the worst team in the NHL, just a couple points ahead of the New Jersey Devils that year, and they got Mario Lemieux. Then they also got Mo Mantha and a first-round pick, which turned out to be Doug Bodger, so really wasn't a bad trade at all. Actually, it was a great trade for the Penguins when you think about it, because Mo Mantha went on. He got a couple good years with the Penguins. I think he had 50 or 60 points with them for a couple years. Yeah, you actually see that, yeah. He ended at a 51, a 67, a 40. Then he didn't go that well. He ended up getting traded to the Oilers for Paul Coffey in the Paul Coffey deal. Of course, there's more players involved. But unfortunately for Mo, he was then shipped off to Minnesota before he could have got his name on a cup. So, unfortunately, he never actually was able to get that much into his career. Okay, now this guy. Brad Jones. I'm striking out here. I think he played with Philadelphia as well after this. We played with the Jets for a few years. Didn't really, more a fringe player. I think that's all he is, a fringe player. Craig Muni. Now, Craig Muni, he actually had a very good career. Started out with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, I think, gave him away for nothing, if I remember correctly. He also played with Buffalo. But he went to the Oilers and was a pretty serviceable defenseman for them for a number of years. Yeah, if you can see that there. Yeah, he had 29 points a year. And how many cups did he win with the Oilers? He won a couple cups with the Oilers. Tony McKegney. Started out with the Birmingham Baby Bulls, WHA. Never played a game for him because the fans basically told the team that they don't want anybody of Tony's race color with the team. That was 1978, Birmingham, Alabama. So McKegney knows what it's like to be discriminated against, I guess you can say. Then we have Perry Berezan. Now, everybody remembers, well, I guess anybody around my age remembers the Steve Smith own goal on Grant Fuhr. Basically ended the Oilers Cup run. Oilers had won 2 cups in a row. The Oilers had won 2 cups in a row. Then in 86, they get beat in the Flames in Game 7. And in Game 7, the game-winning goal, the game that eliminated the Edmonton Oilers, was scored by a guy who was sitting on the bench. And that was Perry Berezan. Perry Berezan dumped the puck in. Steve Smith got it, tried to put it out in front, tried to pass it up the middle. Instead, banks it off Grant Fuhr's heel and into the net. And the Oilers go on to lose that game, lose the series, and they ended up winning only 4 Stanley Cups in 5 seasons, and that could have been the 5th one. That could have really put the Oilers in the elite, unquestionable elite category, best team of all time. But instead, Perry Berezan scores from the bench, and the Oilers dynasty is questionable. Well, certainly not questionable, but it's certainly not the best time. So he would actually go on to play with the Sharks as well, one of the expansion guys. Might have been one of those guys. He would want to play with the Sharks. Might have been one of those guys when the North Stars split up the teams. So there we have it there. Just went through a bunch of old junk wax. Some nice, in my opinion, nice. This is a nice looking 91, 92 OPG. Pretty much worthless cards. Pretty much worthless cards, but I'm a big fan of them. So that was Junk Wax Story, the pilot. Hopefully there'll be a few more. Got to work on some few things, and hope to see you soon. Thanks.